YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, Jujubear. Yeah, Jujubear. We're going to be getting into a 2v2 match here. I'm playing as Egypt. My opponents are Rome and Carthage, and my ally, I don't know why I started with the opponents first, but my ally is Syracuse. So we'll see how this... Oh man, some of the razzes they come up in this game. So good. So I got my paint tools. So what we were thinking is we'd stay together, try and gang up on one of our enemies, and take them out before we move on to the other. Normally we would gang up on Rome, but it looks like Carthage are getting ahead of themselves, and we thought so. So that's why we're moving up on their position. I think, yeah, so I'm going to try and just put myself in the middle here and make a wedge just to split them up. But it looks like our opponents are, you know, joined at the hip pretty much. So what I've brought, I am a bitch for Egypt at the moment. Got so many games with Egypt just because I'm in love with these guys. PTOLEMAIC CAV, man. All about them. So I got two of them. One of them is my general, and just got another one there waiting in the rears. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Thurea spears. And I've got 2 radiant slingers up the front, a Galatian royal guard to back up any engagements I have, and 2 of these leopard warriors. They are light spear infantry, but they like I feel like 680 talons, I think it is. They're quite useful. They don't have precursors. They're very fast. They can chase down cavalry. But when you pop them into square, you know, they're unbreakable. They can hold out for a very long time. So that's my thinking. I've got 3 of them, sorry. One of them's in the rear, just to protect my skirmishes, even though I've only got 2 of them. So my thinking is, oh yeah, and I've got 2 skirmisher cav over here. Get some pretty good shots into his men. At this point, I'm going to run away before I take any precursor volleys. Just going to keep firing into these big old blobs. Probably wasting my ammo over there. He is going to chase me off with some armored legionnaires. Going to get some good shots in. Doing some HP damage. Yeah, just being annoying. My teammate has a couple. He's got 1 of them as well. So we're going to try and just do some damage here and there where we can. I can't remember if my micro was heaps good in this match, but I guess we'll find out. So my teammate has... I didn't actually look at this during the match. So we got 3 Etruscan hoplites, 1 picked hoplite, Samnite warrior over there. He's got lots of skirmishers, which is excellent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 archers. He's got 3, 4 hoplites in the middle, just normal ones. So it looks like he's got a core of just normal hoplites and some more advanced hoplites up the back. And a Samnite warrior over here on the flank. He's got companion cav. I think these guys did really well in this match, so we'll see if we can keep an eye out for what they're doing. 2 Italian cavalry, and then his skirmisher cav just took a hit there for something. So we are opening fire. I'm just going to throw my mercenary radiant slingers in. The Carthaginian player has lots a skirmish advantage over me, but we did pretty well in singling out the Carthaginian, like the Romans all the way over here. You know, just playing with himself. He hasn't really got anything to do over there. At this point, we should really close the gap and start attacking, but I think we're a little bit slow to react. So I end up taking the initiative and push my Thurea spears up. The enemy has lots of Libyan infantry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Libyan infantry. And 2 mercenary Italian swordsmen up the back. 1 mercenary Iberian swordsman. So the spam is real. And he's got 3 of these Cretan archers, 1 Balearic slinger, general's bodyguard, and 2 Carthaginian cabs. So he's going to chase me off with his... The Roman player's going to chase me off with his and I don't even bother looking at the Roman army. He's got 3 auxiliary Syrian archers and a heck of a lot of infantry. Like, as far as I'm concerned, Roman infantry is all very similar. They are armored legionnaires, so yeah, I don't know how different that is from normal things. So I'm getting some good shots in the rear of this armored legionnaire. Not going to count. They have lots of armor, 95 armor. So I suppose that's what makes them unique in a in a Roman build. He's probably going to get a precursor volley off here, which would do no good. There we go. Cheers for it. Oh man. Anyway, so my teammates being annoying with this skirmisher cav, just taking some hits on these Carthaginian cavalry there. I'm gonna pull away with my units and get some counter charges. So baiting a charge out of these Libyan infantry and in turn just getting my own. I don't know what's going on here because I set an attack order in this direction, but I am getting shot in the back, so that's not ever going to be good. I also get a charge here as well with this leopard warrior, but it was interrupted by like one unit that was standing here, so that's kind of annoying as well. Because I did pop frenzied charge, so bit of a waste. So now that their backs are exposed with these Libyan infantry, I'm going to absolutely shred them with my Thorea spears. Getting some good kills. All the while, I've got a couple of these Thorea spears up here, just getting some good shots into his infantry. I bring some Ptolemaic cavalry up. Man, I love these guys. And I'm about to get a fairly good charge into these Libyan infantry. Wow, did you see that precursor volley? This is the killing zone. You do not want to be in this little area here. So, a cheeky little charge there from my Ptolemaic cav, 23 kills. My leopard warriors, I put them into... Oh no, I didn't. They're just hanging out. They're getting ganged up on by Libyan infantry and armored legionnaires, so not where you want to be if you are a leopard warrior. Get some good shots with my Thorea spears into the backs of these Libyan infantry. But there's just so many of them. Like, too many, in fact. My opponent's just... Like, the Carthaginian player just has way too many units for us to handle at this point. We're being overwhelmed and surrounded. So I'm just going to send in a whole bunch more spears. Hopefully get some extra kills. I don't know where he's going with these archers, but they managed to get... to eat a buttload of precursors. My leopard warrior over here was destroyed. I didn't put it into square, so it managed to get overwhelmed. So lots of mistakes. I realize that I bring to you guys a lot of matches in which I look awesome and, you know, my gameplay looks amazing, but it's not always the case. Like, this is a really good example of me just getting shredded to pieces. So these leopard warriors are actually being pretty useful on the way back. They're baiting some volleys out of these armored legionnaires. Heads up, buddy. Not all that bad. Oh man, don't know what I'm doing with this Rhodian slinger. These Thorea spears I'm going to chuck into the mix. I managed to get my Galatian legionnaires, Galatian Royal Guard into this fight. So they're going to excel, do very well. They got 46 kills already and they've only lost one man. We got an engagement here with my Thorea spear into his armored legionnaire. Not going to go too well for me, I don't think. He has got this mercenary Samnite warrior my teammate brought over. So, good guy. I think he's just running away at this point though. So, the Roman player just kind of throws all of his numbers into this flank. So, you know, you got this thin line of Thorea spears holding up against a horde of... Look at this. Look at this. How is this fair? I think they cost like 900 or so talons for those armored legionnaires. Anyway, so they're going to be pouring in. I met my leopard warriors met these armored legionnaires in a frontal engagement. They popped frenzied charge, got 6 kills, doesn't seem worth it. Getting some rear shots with my Rhodian slingers, and you're about to see some pain inflicted on these armored legionnaires by my Ptolemaic cavalry. Once again, boom, sit down. Yes, 19 kills straight off the bat. Probably going to climb 25, 26, 30. So 32, my Ptolemaic cavalry, you know, paying dividends really quickly. My skirmisher cav, I'm getting into their people skirmishers around the back. My Syracusan ally has met up with the Carthaginian forces. He's probably going to do quite well in these engagements. I managed to get another rear charge in this. Oh, actually they're facing me this time, so I managed to pull out and go for this unit instead. So they're not braced, they're going to take quite a few losses. from this kind of charge. Got a few kills straight off the bat. I've only lost 2 men. My leopard warriors are getting into the rear of these armored legionnaires. Mind you, they don't have an attack in the rear penalty, just casualties sustained. Whatevs, man. So I see his general's bodyguard there, so I'm going to try and chase him, but he is heavy and I'm very heavy, so I'm never going to catch him. I see this opportunity, this big old blob, and I managed to pile in and get some good kills on these Libyan infantry, but again, there are like 7 or 8 of them, so even getting rid of one will probably not really pay that much dividends. I see these skirmishes are kind of getting a lot of kills on us. Here's that mercenary companion cav that we were talking about before. Gets a good charge into his skirmishes. Did a really good job in silencing them. I'm going to bring my general in. He's got a single XP chevron, 128 kills into this armored legionnaire. Going to get a good charge. My leopard warriors are holding out pretty well. I'm getting some rear shots with my ready and slingers. Let's just check out this charge over here. Into the flank. Flank charges are always like pretty underwhelming in Rome 2. So I didn't get as many kills as I probably should have. Well, actually that's not true. 170, that must have been the skirmishes that I hit in the meantime. So Sam Knight Warrior holding up 2 armored legionnaires, and I managed to pile into these dudes, getting an absolute like fuck ton of kills. So look at that climb. Come on. Oh my god, yes.
As you command.
So 50 kills straight off the bat. 72. I've only lost 6 men in that 8 men in that unit, and they're just dropping like flies at the moment. So that was an excellent charge there. We are fighting valiantly, even though we're outmatched and outnumbered. We managed to flatten this armored legionnaire, though they are armored, so they're going to hold up to quite a big fight. My leopard warriors are holding out quite well against these armored legionnaires. They're down to 49 men. I see another opportunity in this charge here, so we're going to get another rear charge. Oh man, I have got such a hammer and anvil boner right now. This is amazing. 73 men on this unit and 61 on there, and it's dropping just dropping so quick. Like, we managed to shatter, or almost shatter this unit here. Though it does seem like a case of too little too late, because this Sam Knight Warrior is starting to break. His companion cav gets a good charge onto this armored legionnaire. My Galatian Royal Guard are still getting kills, up to 189 there. They're doing a pretty good job. I managed to finish off these armored legionnaire over there. At this point, I'm going to try and sandwich his general's bodyguard in between the companion cav, but for some reason this charge was broken. Who knows why? So my PTOLEMAIC CAV paying for themselves, which is always good. That's what you want, but you know, I need more kills if I'm going to win this match. His Italian cav are kind of getting in amongst this little mess here. We're going to finish off a couple more of his Syrian archers. We get another rear charge onto these units, these armored legionnaires, flattening them from 74 to 45. So they've got 109 kills, those armored legionnaires. They did quite well, but they're about to be destroyed. So 260 kills on this PTOLEMAIC CAV over there. I pull out with my general. 69 men left over there, 263 kills there. This skirmisher cav is doing well in silencing any straggler skirmisher units that are hanging about. I'm going to have to start getting some hammer and anvil charges into this big blob here. So I do get a fair number of kills on this armored legionnaire and a couple more Libyan infantry that are hanging about. This picked hoplite is doing a very good job. He's attacking the rear and he's surrounded. But it's enabling us to do this kind of thing, running some rear charges. So 329 kills on that unit there. I'm going to have to silence this unit here, so my PTOLEMAIC CAV comes in for another charge frontally onto this armored legionnaire. So left, right, and center, we are knocking down Romans, but it doesn't look like it's happening quick enough. My Syracusan teammate is trying to deal with this big glob of units. I chase off his general's bodyguard, but the Carthaginian player is good at micro. He was keeping a close eye on what was happening, but the Roman general does get caught by my skirmisher cav, and in turn I think I bring my PTOLEMAIC cav. He does actually. He sizes me up with his general's bodyguard, but come on, like look at these dudes. They're gonna destroy you in a fight. PTOLEMAIC cav for the win. So eventually we're going to pull down that general's bodyguard, and we do chase off his the Roman bodyguard over here. He managed to get away, which is unfortunate. If we're going to have any chance of winning this match, we're going to have to destroy his general units. So we managed to get rid of the Carthaginian unit. The Libyan infantry are starting to get some morale detriments happening. They didn't play so well. Like, look, just like a big old glob. If you had like heaps of skirmishers sitting around, man, this would be exactly where you'd pour your fire into. So I get a good frontal charge onto a couple of these Libyan infantry. I think they are... My unit is exhausted at this point, yep. So they're not going to do heaps well. The PTOLEMAIC CAV over here got 321 kills, double XP chevrons. Going to get another frontal charge onto this Iberian swordsman. They are medium, so they're going to drop like flies. Won't take much to knock them out. I pull out with my other PTOLEMAIC CAV, so it's basically just hit and runs is the name of the game. He sees the rest of the Syracuse and hoplites over here, and he's going to make a charge for them. At this point, I think my opponent was like, man, hit them. And I was like, yeah, for sure, bro. So I get my other PTOLEMAIC CAV. I can see he's got some stragglers coming. They're not facing me, so they're going to get absolutely pummeled. Oh, actually, they managed to get a jav toss, which is very important. So down to 46 men. 46 men on this PTOLEMAIC CAV. Triple XP chevrons, 428 kills. They're going to chase me off with a whole bunch of... Look at this, come on! This horde of Libyan infantry. How is this fair? Oh, the spam. So anyway, I bring my general's bodyguard in. I'm going to have to somehow... Because I want to attack them in the rear, so I want to get into this unit. Yes, I wanted to get into the backs of these Roman units, so I'm going to bring this PTOLEMAIC CAV around here. He's exhausted, got 43 men left. My general just popped the triple XP chevron. He's going to run out of that engagement there. I think we almost managed to shatter a couple of these Libyan infantry. I'm going to get a charge into these armored legionnaire. Though, like, it seems a little bit like, you know, a little too late at this point. We've managed to destroy like quite a lot of these enemy units, but it's not enough. There we go. Got a good charge into these Libyan infantry, but he did rally and raise banner just right at the last minute, which was a good thing for him because these guys were all gonna shatter, like a lot of them. That would have been very helpful for us if it did happen. So very close. It could have been a very different outcome there. We could have been facing maybe 4 or 5 Roman and Carthaginian units, and that would have been, you know, it would have been doable. It would have been possible, but you know, the fact that a lot of them didn't shatter was not useful to us at all. So come on, look at these PTOLEMAIC CAV. You know what I'm talking about. Favorite units in the game, 466 kills on this one, 481, both of them triple XP chevrons. Get amongst it. My Radium Slinger's getting a fair few kills. The Galatian Royal Guard beasting up 196 kills, probably most of them on Armored Legionnaires there. His Armored Legionnaires were underwhelming, didn't get heaps of kills. They should be getting more than, you know, 100 to be paying for themselves. Actually, that's not true. Most of them got over 100. With double XP chevrons. He's a Praetorian Guard getting, you know, a lot of kills, as you expect. My Leopard Warriors, even though I like them, they didn't get nearly enough kills to be worth it. My teammate did a really great job with his Companion Cav, getting into their skirmishes. He got 439 kills. If he brought more of these Samnite Warriors, I feel like we would have had a better time, I feel like. And if I, you know, just ditched these Thuria Spears altogether and brought... See, I don't even know what I would have brought. Maybe I would have just brought heaps of Galatian Royal Guard and just rushed him. Yeah, but anyway. And look at this spam. They all did quite well. These Libyan infantry as well. Really good engagements. Anyway, shout out to Mr. Brevo. Good dude. We played some pretty excellent games the other day. Anyway, that's it for the 2v2. Thanks for joining us. Jujubear here. We'll see you guys next time on Jujubear. Bye.